Hello, everybody. The Quiet Atheist here, and welcome to another episode of 15 Questions That Theists Ask. Before I get to this particular question, I wanted to first talk about the nature of the question. Keep in mind that I'm going to probably keep this video down to a minimum simply because it is basically the same question that I addressed in my previous video. However, that is what I wanted to talk about. You see, theists employ this tactic, if you will. And what they do is they will ask a question. And once they get the answer to that question, they will sort of reform the question, if you will, reinvent the question in hopes that they'll get you to contradict yourself, so to speak. That way they can say, I got you, and therefore God exists, you know? And it's really amusing to me. And once I display the question, I think you guys will see what I mean. With that said, let's get to the question at hand. Atheists, if God didn't create the universe, who did? You see, there is no evidence to support that a who created the universe in the first place. Again, like I stated in my previous video, we simply do not know what created the universe, not a who. There is no evidence for a who whatsoever. But I'm more than welcome to hear your evidence for it. I would love to hear your evidence. And I think a lot of people would love to hear your evidence besides me. Yet I think you theists will fail to give your evidence time and time again. So therefore, what do? You re-ask the question in a different form over and over and over again. And the whole situation becomes rather redundant, so to speak. And it really amuses me. I would suggest to you guys that you start asking real questions. Be honest with yourselves. Don't accept anything on face value. Really analyze what our universe has to offer and really be amazed at the actual truth that you will find. Don't just settle for a fairy tale because that is being dishonest with yourselves personally. That's what I think. And that is something that I wanted to bring to your attention. Now, this question again is the same thing that I addressed in the previous video. And I made a separate video for this because technically this is a separate question. However, it is the same exact question. You theists come to the conclusion that a God created the universe. With that said, you got to provide your claim with evidence because there is no evidence to suggest a who created the universe. And before I go, I wanted to bring something to your attention, theists. Think of it as food for thought, so to speak. You do realize that every time you insert God into something that science cannot explain yet, the smaller God gets. Each time God is kicked out of something that science can explain, and he gets smaller, and he gets smaller, and he gets smaller, and he gets smaller. The question would be, what will you theists do when you run out of excuses and you actually have to find actual answers? That is my question to you. With that said, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this video in the comment section below, or or a private message, whatever you guys choose to, it don't matter. Please feel free to share my video with people that you might think might be interested. With that said, the Quiet Atheist is out. And remember, if you can't be good at it.